Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Concord Athletics Senior Spotlight. My name is Wes McKinney, and joining me today is senior second baseman Nathan Neff of the Concord baseball team. Nathan, so great to have you with us.
Good to be here, Wes.
Want to start at the beginning like we have done with the rest of these. Your recruitment to Concord. Now, a little bit different for you as a lot of guys sign early. You were one of the last guys in that recruiting class from 2016. Just talk about the process, if you would.
Yeah, so in the fall of my senior year, I played pretty well against this one high school team, and their head coach was actually he ran a showcase organization. So he asked me to send him some video of me hitting, fielding, throwing, whatever, and that if any coaches came in contact with him, he'd pass my name along. Well, fast forward to the spring, and I'm about a week away from deciding to go to Virginia Tech just for school, and Coach Smith hits me up, asking what I was thinking about college baseball and where I was. So a couple days later, he's at my next game, play a little bit. I don't think I had to hit hits or anything. I think I made a play or two, and after the game, we start talking, and he gives me an opportunity to come to Concord. So a couple days later, I go to watch the Concord play Glenville. And I think a few days after that, I called Coach Smith back and told him I was coming to be a Mountain Lion, coming to play a little baseball.
Yeah, so no other offers for you throughout the summer, heading into your senior year, throughout your senior year, no other offers for you, right?
Right, I talked to a few ODAC schools, D3, but talked to a couple coaches in the Mountain East, but no real offers, so Concord was kind of my only opportunity.
Yeah, so your patience in the recruiting process, I think Nathan kind of sums up your career at Concord. You take a look at what you've done here, and we always used to joke, me and my GA from a few years ago, Cole Clune, and we used to say that Nathan Neff at bats didn't start until the count was at least 2 balls and 2 strikes, and you just seem like you're a grinder and a patient guy at the plate, and that just kind of sums up your recruiting process and your career.
Exactly. It was never about being the guy or being the man. It was kind of always just fell into my place and kind of just did my thing, and happened with recruiting too. It just kind of fell into place, and we just went from there.
Yeah, talk about the patience at the plate. 95 career walks as a Mountain Lion. That's top 10 in program history. But so you get signed late, but you get thrown in the lineup right away as a freshman, as a third baseman. Want to read some of your numbers here. 341 average, 60 hits, 37 walks, and an on-base percentage approaching 500 of 491. What was it that made you just so comfortable right away playing for Coach Garrett?
Well, it was just throughout that fall. It was early on. I had a good first week or two of practice, so the confidence was there from the beginning. Knew that after those weeks of practice that I fit, that I belonged, and then it was just being in the lineup throughout the fall with some of those older guys such as Paul, Chad, OG. Being in that kind of lineup, I never had any pressure on me. I was never the guy. I came in at a $142, so it was just all about seeing those fastballs, getting on base for some other guys. So there's never any real pressure on me to perform. It was just, you're a freshman in the lineup. There's not much expected from the outside, or maybe from the inside, from like coaches and teammates. But there's never any pressure on me, so I just fit right in and tried to do my thing of being a real role player.
Yeah, and you had to fill an important role because Concord plays 51 games your freshman year, and 42 of those games, you bat leadoff. You know, you said there's no pressure on you, so how'd you just stay relaxed at the plate, knowing that, hey, my job is to get on base in front of these guys that can drive the ball either into a gap or ultimately over the fence?
Yeah, so I think it's just falling back into your training, falling back into your practice. I think for most of that fall season before the spring, I hit leadoff. So, and most of my growing up in high school and travel ball days, I always hit leadoff or 2, or towards the bottom of the lineup, either 8 or 9. So it wasn't anything new to me, I guess, hitting in that leadoff position. And the whole new part was the college pitching or the that kind of thing. So it was nothing new. It was just falling back on old habits and falling back into that. It was more of a mental game where that leadoff spot's just trying to get on base for other people and just trying to be that guy that was, wow, this kid's on base again. How come we can never get him off the bases, whether it's walk, hit by pitch, get on base because of an error, single, whatever it might be.
Yeah, so game one, day one of Nathan Neff's career, you're in the lineup, and you stay in the lineup 160 consecutive games that you have been in the lineup at Concord, but you had a scary moment. Fifth game of your sophomore year at Winston-Salem State. You're batting leadoff once again in that game. Very first pitch of the game. I'm going to let you kind of take the story from here. What happened in that at bat at Winston-Salem State that really was a scary moment for you?
Yeah, so it was a left-handed pitcher. And he had a weird arm slot. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't down low. It was kind of that three-quarter arm slot. And I knew it would be tough to pick up. So one of the first couple pitches, I take a fastball right in the face, right in the bottom lip. End up having to come out of the game because my lip stuck to my teeth. And have to go to the local hospital and get about 9 stitches. So that was an interesting way to start that season, but thank goodness we had the next weekend off so we could get that taken care of and get back in the lineup. All I remember is that all the guys thought I lost a few teeth because I pulled some gum out of my mouth and threw it in the dirt right there, and then having to go back on the bench. And I remember the funny part is that Jake Divers was eating a peanut butter sandwich as all this is happening. So he's the next man up, and he swiped second base, maybe one of the few career stolen bases he had. So it was just kind of a funny but yet kind of scary experience.
Right, and then your sophomore year, not as good as your freshman year. You still bat a very, very respectable 283, but then last year as a junior, a really solid bounce-back season. How did that feel to just get back in the groove of things as a junior?
It felt pretty good just fitting in with that whole lineup. Yeah, I had to make a few adjustments with balance and direction at the plate. But then just fitting in and being one of the guys, I mean, the rest of the lineup that year hit about over 300. We had guys up at 390, 380, so it felt good just to do my part that year.
Yeah, you personally hit north of 350, as you mentioned, that very potent lineup last year for Concord that hit right around 340 for the year. Now, I want to transition away from on the field stuff to off the field, and specifically your brother Andrew. He was a freshman this year for the Mountain Lions. I guess how much recruiting did you kind of have to do to convince him that, hey, this is a really good program and a really good place to get an education as well?
There was a little bit of that, but at the same time, he came to a lot of games early on in my career, the first couple of years. So he kind of saw what it was all about. He'd made probably 10, 12 trips up to Concord to watch me play, watch us play. So he saw the school. He kind of saw what it was all about. I guess more of my recruiting was more just specifically how we got after it every day, kind of what the practices were like, and I guess I sold him on the competition of that I was gonna take him for a double or single or take him yard once or twice. So it was that friendly competition, bringing that out while trying to bring him to Concord as well.
Yeah, and it's kind of a neat story. It was either his second or third career appearance at Concord. You guys are playing Lock Haven at Glenville there the 1st of March, and he comes in the game. Concord's down 2-1. He holds Lock Haven at bay while they're in the middle of a rally. You actually get the game-tying hit, and what ends up being his first career win. He ends up getting the decision in that game against Lock Haven. How cool of a moment was that for you and your brother, and then I assume a lot of your family?
Yeah, it was a pretty special moment. He came in right away and shut the door, and I think I had a hit-and-run single that brought in a run. So it was actually just yesterday, my parents and I were talking, and Andrew were talking that my dad will never forget that moment, just because his first career win while being my last career hit, all in a team win. So it was a pretty special moment.
Yeah, now another thing off the field here, man, you're a busy guy. I mean, at Concord you were an RA, you were also really sharp in the classroom. I guess how'd you kind of juggle everything and all the duties you had?
It's just time management. So obviously you build out a schedule every semester, and you build it around baseball, and then from that schedule you kind of get into a little routine. I'm a big routine person, especially for school. So, I mean, this semester, Monday, Wednesday, class at 1, you got all the time in the world from 8 to 12 to do classwork, especially taking a 22-hour semester this year. So it's just all about getting in that routine so that you could manage your time as best possible, whether it was because of being an RA, because of baseball, or just because of class.
Hey Nathan, we appreciate your time here today, man. Best of luck in the future, and hopefully with your brother still here at Concord, we'll see you down the road very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Wes.
All right, once again, Nathan Neff joining us on the Senior Spotlight podcast.